Okay, and I will record this session again, this Monday morning session. Okay. All right, I have left my window open, but there was someone strimming earlier, so hopefully if that gets a little bit loud, I will shut my window. Okie dokie, so let's have a little bit of a warm-up. So starting with our feet hip width, nice and even weight distribution through the feet, feeling the gentle lift of the inner arch of the foot. Okay, so we're not rolling and collapsing in with the knees or the inner arch. Finding that activation coming up through pelvic floor, into our core region, the wrap of the glutes wrapping around us, the wrap of the transversus abdominis muscle, like a corset, almost holding everything in and nice and stable so that our spine can remain nice and long out of our hips. And we're feeling that length from the crown of the head. So we've got a little bit of a chin tuck, and we're finding that expansion as if someone's lifting you by that imaginary piece of string as the shoulders come down away from the ears. And we feel nice and extended and nice and ready to begin our movement today. Okay, so turning the palm of the hands up, we're going to breathe in for 4 counts as we lift the arms and look up towards the arms. And then we're going to breathe out through the mouth for 6 counts. 3 more times. In for 4 and out for 6. 2 more. And the last time. Don't worry if you're moving at a slightly different time to me. Just complete that when you need to. After you've done those arm double raises and lowers, let's just take some soft shoulder rolls backwards. So inhaling to bring the shoulders up, exhaling to open the chest and soften down. One more time just with the shoulders, and then we're going to bring the hands onto the tips of the shoulders, and we're going to lead that with the elbows. Just watch that as you're doing that, you're not thrusting the hips and the pelvis forwards. You're keeping that rib to hip connection as you take those elbows up, round and back. Good. 2 more with the hands on the top of the shoulders, just taking a little gentle bend. And then we're going to take 5 with both arms. So again here, don't force the arms behind the body, just take them to where it feels natural and then open them out, back and down. So we're inhaling up, exhaling, gently opening, again without sort of thrusting the hips and arching the back. One more time, inhaling up, and exhale, release down. Good, and just give those arms and those shoulders a little bit of a shake, those hands a shake, wrists and fingers, just really let them go, any tension. And then just flick the fingers as if you've got water on the end of your fingers. That's it, and bring them back down by your side. Let's just gently fold the chin in towards the chest as we breathe in, and as we breathe out, gently lift. And again, inhale, chin to chest, soft fold, and exhale, lift. Good, one more time. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale to lift. This time, inhale, bring eye line to center, and exhale, let's rotate round to the right. Inhale through center, exhale round to the left. One more time either way. Good. And then coming back to the center, let's incline right ear to right shoulder and take the right arm up onto the side of the head just to increase that stretch a little bit further. Okay, holding that stretch, let's take the left arm out to the side at shoulder height with the fingertips down. And let's just take 3 of our inhale to lift the fingers, exhale to lower the fingers. Keep the arm at shoulder height and just notice as you lift and lower the fingers, as you flex and extend the wrist, does that feel any different into that stretch? Then lower the arm down, come back to center, just take a couple of shoulder rolls in the center. And then go over to the other direction. So left ear to left shoulder, left arm comes up, softens down. So try not to let that lean the body. Keep the body upright and your opposite shoulder down. And then keeping the opposite shoulder down, take the arm out. Fingertips nice and floppy down to start with. Inhale, lift them up. and exhale, lower them down. Inhale up, exhale, lower. One more time. Inhaling to lift, exhale to lower. Release the hands from the head, and then take another 2 shoulder rolls again. Okay, we're going to take our side bend down to the right hand side as we draw the left hand up the rib cage. We extend the left arm as if we're going to try and touch the ceiling, and then that brings us down and back to center. So we breathe in the center, exhale, we go down. This time the right hand traces up our rib cage, unfolds and extends to the ceiling. Enjoy that stretch for a moment before you breathe out and come down. Do 4 more. If you're not happy in the shoulder, taking that extension, you could just take side bends here and don't do the arm extension. So just those last 4 in your own time. So again, don't worry if you're moving at a different time to me. Okay, just make sure when you go into your side bend that you keep weight even on both feet. So try not to let the weight banana to the other side. So keep weight even so you get that maximal stretch. And you're looking down to the mat as you take that side bend. Good. Last time coming up. Good. And again, a couple of shoulder rolls and a couple of little shakes. Okay, let's just really simply warm up through the ankles and the feet. Stand a little bit wider with the hands on the hips. Bend those knees. Let's lift off the right heel so we've got a little bit more weight down through our standing left leg. And then we're going to transfer over and lift our left heel. And then we're going to just transfer over 10 times, just keeping both knees nice and soft. No movement in the hips here, so try not to have sort of wiggly hips. Looks quite nice, but try and keep nice and still. So you're really thinking about sort of moving those feet and toes through butter. Imagine that you're peeling them out of butter and back in again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Placing those feet down, bring them back parallel, and let's just take out the right leg. Shoulders soft, lifting when you're balanced, and let's just take a few ankle circles, just nice and simply. Few round one way, and then change those ankle circles. And at the end of the ankle circles, soften the knee a little bit, and then just ever so gently shake out the foot and the ankle and the toes. As if you've got water on the end of your foot and you're just trying to gently shake it off. It's not too vigorous, it should feel quite nice. And then lower it down, and let's do that on the second side. So make sure that the shoulders are away from the ears. And before we do our ankle circles, we're nice and balanced. So if you did need to hold on, then go to something in the room that you can hold on. And then mobilise the ankle outwards for a few circles and inwards for a few circles. 5 or 6 each way. And then just relax that front knee and just gently shake out through the ankle, the toes and the foot there. Good, and then lower it back down. Okay, arm coordination. We did this one in standing Pilates on Saturday. I'm going to take the arms above the head. Okay, we're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to take the left arm forwards and the right arm back. They cross down the midline, and then they inhale and they circle back up to meet at the top. So we're going left forwards, right back. Inhale, come up and meet at the top. Do 2 more, just with the movement of the arms, 1 forwards, 1 back. And some of you will naturally feel that your shoulders are wanting to rotate you as you go with that movement. So if that feels natural to you, for another 4, let that rotation happen and look the way that you're naturally wanting to rotate. So exhale as you go down, inhale as you come up. 2 more, and then we're going to add a bend onto that as we release the arms down. Okay, so 1 more, adding that rotation if it feels natural for you. And then this time, for the last 4, we're going to bend the knees and create a bit of forward flexion as we rotate and soften. And we're going to straighten as we come back up. Okay, if you need to just stay straight and practice the arms, stay straight. But otherwise, this time you're softening as you go down, and you're inhaling as you're coming back up. And we're purposely doing it nice and slow so you can really feel that movement. After this last one, stay at the top with both arms parallel, and then take right forwards and left back. Inhale up. So we've got 4 plain. Exhale down, inhale up. So this time when you're just doing your arms, really think of that you've still got some core engagement and your ribs are over your hips. Then if you can, if it feels natural, allow the shoulders to rotate as you take that movement. Does that happen quite naturally for you? It should feel quite natural as you have this movement of the arms, but if it really doesn't, stick to facing forward. So one more, just adding that upper body rotation. And then we're going to do 4 more slowly, adding a little bit more of a fold, a bend of the knees, and a slightly bigger forward flexion. And then coming up. So we're exhaling as we go down, inhaling as we come up. If you have got really lost with those arms and the body, just stick to one arm forwards, one arm back, and just master that one. One more time, with or without the flexion and rotation. Go up to standing, take a deep breath, and exhale, release those arms. Then take the arms back out to the side, shoulders down into your back pockets, long through the fingertips, inhaling in the center. Exhale, we're just going to take a hinge down towards the right. We're going to hold this hinge as we breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth twice, looking down to the bottom right hand and trying to touch the ceiling with the left hand. After that second breath, transition to center, breathe in here, exhale over to the left. Again, keep weight on both legs here. Looking down but reaching up. 2 breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And come back. Okay, we're going to do scapular protraction and retraction now. So if you take your arms out in front of you, out in front of the chest, parallel with the shoulders, palms facing each other. I'm going to stand to the side so you can just see what my shoulders are doing. So on an inhale, I want you to allow, as if someone's pulling your fingertips forwards, I want your shoulder girdle to slide forwards and round your upper back slightly. Chin tucks in a little bit, and then as you exhale, I want you to draw your shoulder blades back, down into your back pocket, lift the chin and the chest slightly and feel the activation of your upper back extensors. So you're inhaling, you're slightly curving the body forwards as you protract, and then as you exhale, you're retracting the shoulder girdle and feeling the upper back work. 4 more, inhale, exhale, inhale, so it's a little bit of a reach, exhale, feel as upper back muscles draw the shoulder blades down and in. 2 more, 1 more. Good, and then from there, we're going to bring our arms into cactus position. We're still keeping ribs over hips and the core engaged. On the inhale, we're going to take our arms directly up, and on the exhale, we're going to pull our elbows down in towards our side and squeeze here. Squeeze your upper back muscles, the shoulder blades in towards each other. So we inhale on the way up, and we exhale, we squeeze down to really activate through lats and back extensors. So inhale, we reach up, exhale, we squeeze down. So it's quite a simple movement, but a lot of muscles that should be activated as we draw those elbows down and in. 1 more, inhale up, exhale down and in. Now from there, turn the palm of the hands and the forearms down and the elbows are square. We're going to do our chicken wing combination. Okay, we haven't done this for a few weeks. We're going to extend the arms out, draw them back in, return to cactus. Then extend up, back to cactus, and back to where we started. So we go forwards, draw back to cactus. Then we go up to cactus and back. Okay, so this, if you just do that a couple more times with me, is the coordination of the arms. We're going to now add a central squat as we send the arms forwards. We hold our squat until we come to cactus, and then we come up as the arms come up. We stay up as we return the arms to where we started. So every time we shoot the arms forwards, we sit back. And every time we lift the arms up, we come up to straight legs. So see if you can get that. Just keeping the breath nice and fluid. Remembering as we bend and hinge, if I face the side, we're sitting back into that imaginary chair. Knees are over toes, core's engaged. Good, 1 more, and then I'm going to ask you if you want to add a rise here. So as you come up, add the heel raise and then lower. Squat, return in. As we send the arms up at the rise, lower down, here. 3 more. So just work to your level. You might decide you just want to do the arms. Absolutely fine. Otherwise, you might just want to incorporate the squat and the extension without the rise. 1 more at either level. Or you've incorporated everything and you're taking that extra rise. Return to here, return the arms down, and just give those arms a little shake. And then we'll take left arm across, underneath with the right, and we'll just come into a nice arm stretch there. Keeping the shoulders square, just be careful of this joint here, stay on the fleshy part. Release the arms, give them a shake. Right across, left underneath, into that stretch. And release. Both arms up, bend at the elbows, holding onto the opposite elbow with the hands. Make sure again we haven't arched the back here. Keep the ribs and hips aligned. Inhale to lengthen the elbows up. Exhale, let's lean over towards the left. Weight stays even on both legs. We inhale, we exhale, we come back to center. Inhale, we extend the elbows tall. Exhale, we stay to the right. Inhale, we hold. Exhale, we come back. 1 more time either way. So inhale, elbows go high. Exhale, we soften. Inhale, we hold. Exhale, we return. 1 last time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Think of the hip anchoring away from this elbow. Inhale, hold. Exhale, come back. And release those arms down. And then just give the arms a little swing. Either down and out, or you could gently take them sort of into this sort of swimmer's stretch, I call it, outwards and then across the chest. A couple of times, whatever feels nice, just to release those arms. Okay, dynamic hamstring stretch. I'm going to face the diagonal. You're going to stay parallel, and you're going to take your left leg forwards so that your heel is on the floor in front of you. Supporting leg is bent, and both arms up above the head. Going to breathe in here. As we breathe out, we're just going to do a very soft upper body curve as we release forwards, and then we're going to inhale and come up. So straight away, those that know this one, to increase it, we hinge from the hips, we send the bottom back, and we come down a little bit further into that flexion, and then we unfold through the spine, and we come to extension. So we're exhaling on the flexion, and inhaling on the extension, keeping the supporting knee bent. Front leg might have a slight bend on the knee, but we're still lifting those toes. Do 2 more. So if you need to keep it nice and gentle, or you're going a bit dizzy, just bring the chin in towards the chest and extend up. So it doesn't need to be a big forward flex. Good. 1 more time. And then we're going to switch legs. Okay, so right leg out in front. Both legs are soft, up on the heel. Inhaling with the arms up. Exhale, we might just release the arms forwards. Do a gentle upper body curve. Unfold and extend again. Otherwise, we hinge, stick the bottom out as we go down over that leg to feel significant more of a hamstring stretch. And inhale up. Good. Inhale up. 3 more. So if you just need to keep it soft, keep it just a micro bend in the upper body and an inhale. So you're more about the breath and the extension of the arms. 1 more time. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then release and just relax for a second. Okay, what else did I have for you guys to do? Okay, so we're going to come into our split squat now. So we are going to take right leg forwards and left leg back. Okay, so we're going to come into this position here. We're then going to lift off the back heel. Make sure that our weight is then even between the front and the back foot. Feet, knees and hips parallel. Shoulders soft, hands onto the hips. And I'm going to demo this one facing the side. Okay. So we're just going to soften down a couple of times, inhaling down and exhaling up, just to warm up into that. Okay, so just a couple, just to kind of warm up through the legs more than anything. And then this next time, we're going to hold our split squat, and we're going to do our pelvic tilt. So on an exhale, we're going to tuck our pelvis underneath us. And on an inhale, we're going to anteriorly tilt forwards. So we exhale, scoop pelvis under. Inhale, tilt forwards. So if it helps, put your hands on your hips so you can physically see if the pelvis was that ball of water, it would be spilling backwards and then it would be spilling forwards, but you're staying still with the legs, maintaining that split squat. One more either way. Bring back to neutral and then step up and in and switch legs. So left forwards, right back, parallel with the feet, back heel lifted, correct the weight so you're even down both legs, hands on the hips, core strong, shoulders down. Inhale to bend, exhale to press up. So this can be nice and shallow, you don't need to go deep. One more, just to warm up into that. And then this last time we're going to hold on an inhale, on the exhale, posterior pelvic tilt, scoop. Inhale, tilt forwards. Exhale, posterior. Inhale, anterior. 4 more, exhale, tilt. So we're mobilizing through the hips. You'll probably feel as you tuck your bottom underneath you, this back thigh, the front of the thigh will be getting a little bit of a hip flexor stretch. 2 more. 1 more. Back to neutral. Step in, just give those legs a little bit of a shake. So we're going to come back to our split squat. And then this is where we need to take either, if we have it, our cushion or our block. Okay? Just as a point of focus more than anything else, so don't worry if you don't have it. Okay, so I'm going to face you for this one. Let's take left forwards, right back. We're going to come into that split squat position with the back heel lifted and we're going to soften into it. Cushion or block in towards the chest. We're going to reach on an inhale away from our front leg. So we're going to reach to the top diagonal. As we breathe out, we bring it back through the center and we're going to twist and reach over our front leg. We inhale, come up through the center and reach away from it. And we exhale, we come down and we reach over it. So the whole time we are maintaining that lunge. If that gets too much on the legs, come back up to straight legs and just take the movement of the body, but without the lunge. So to work it harder, to work it easier, you've reduced your range of movement, and you might even keep your eye line to the front the whole time. To make it harder, you're really in that lunge, and you are following your block and reaching in both directions as much as you can. 2 more on this side. 1 more. So we really got that nice functional strength, testing, balance, coordination. And bring that leg in. And switch sides when you are ready. So to keep it nice and gentle, stay on straight legs. Keep your eye line forwards. Your inhale, you'll reach away from the front leg. And the exhale, you'll come through center and gently twist over it. Okay, so that's the gentle version. Otherwise, you're in your split squat, as deep or shallow as you like. You're following your cushion or your block with your eye line, and you're twisting in both directions as big as you can, but making sure that the knees stay parallel over the toes. 4 more. Wherever you are in those levels, remember to breathe. Inhale as we reach up. Exhale as we reach down. Now I'm only sort of instructing 2 breaths during this exercise, but if you need to take more breaths, obviously do. So we've got 1 more time. Inhale to reach up away from the front leg. Exhale to cross, reach down over it. Come back to center and return in. Good. Give those legs a little shake. Pop your cushion or your block down. Okay, so a little progressive exercise for balance now. We're going to stand with our feet hip width. I'm just going to face the side so you can demo. And we're going to tap our right foot in. So our right heel is lifted. Right hand goes onto the hip, left arm is just down by your side. So we're going to gradually increase this exercise. Keeping your core nice and strong, we inhale. As we exhale, we take a slight hinge of the body as we tap our right leg back as the left arm comes forwards. And then we inhale, return back in. So we're going opposite arm to leg away from the body with a slight hinge. and then inhale in. Okay, just do 2 more just to get that pattern. And bend, sorry, I forgot to tell you, bend that supporting leg. Now, if you're comfortable just doing the tap and return, try and bend that supporting leg a little bit more and tap that leg a bit further out and then return back into tap. So step it out and tap back in. So you're either just taking a little tap on the exhale, inhale, returning in, or you're hinging, you're bending, or you're reaching back and you're inhaling to tap. Let's do 2 more. Exhale away, either tiny tap or really lunge it out. 1 more. Exhale, inhale. Now if you guys pause, the next variation from the exhale, this time as you inhale and tap, return in, you're going to lift that leg to a knee lift. Exhale, you'll either tap or lunge back. Inhale, come up to a knee lift. Okay, so you're now adding from the tap a single leg hold. So levels, you could either stick to where I'm demoing now, exhaling back, inhale, lift. Otherwise, you're taking a lunge and inhale, controlling back up. 2 more. And then we'll do the other side. 1 more. Good. Relax down. Give everything a little bit of a shake. Give those hips a shake. Maybe a couple of pelvic circles. Take a couple of deep breaths. You can feel your heart rate coming up and you've not taken any deep breaths. Just take a few slow in and outs. And then let's do that second side, okay? So second side, right forwards, left back. Whichever leg is in front, that same hand goes on your hip, and you're going to be working the opposite arm. Actually, no, we're not. That's a lie. Whichever leg is behind, that hand goes on your hip, and we're going to be working this arm, okay? I do apologise. So we start with that back leg tapped in, so the heel is lifted, hands on the hip. But inhale. As we exhale, we bend the supporting leg, we take a slight hinge and we just tap the opposite arm forwards and we inhale, return. Exhale, tap away. Inhale, return. I'm really sorry for that bad explanation. Hopefully by now you're all going opposite arm to leg. Now, if you want to add the further tap back, the further bend of the supporting leg, so we come to that lunge, and then inhale, tap back in. So we exhale, we step further away, and we inhale, bring it back in. Exhale, inhale, good. 2 more there. That's it, I'm just having a quick look, lovely. And then add the lift as that back leg comes through on the inhale, and then exhale, tap it back or lunge back. So now we're just adding that element of balance and control as we come through. Inhale, still working opposite arm to leg. If you want to keep it gentle, 4 more times, just take a tap with the arm movement and inhale, tap it back in. There's no need to take that leg lift if you don't want to. Otherwise, you're 2 more lunging away, controlling up and onto it, and then exhale, and up and onto it. After that last one, release down, and just give everything a little bit of a shake. Let's take a couple of shoulder rolls. Oh, it's warming us up this morning, and a couple of double arm raises and lowers. Lovely. Okay, take a sip of water if you've got any water by you. Just have a little water break. If you don't, just take a breather for a second. Okie dokie, so first little roll down series. We're going to take a roll down through the spine to 4-point kneeling, 4 cat and cow arches of the spine, and then 6 alternate swims, but really slow. After the 6 alternate swims, we'll roll up through the spine, or you've got the option to lift the hips through downward dog for a moment, and then roll back and up, okay? Hopefully you all got that bizarre demo. So stand at the back of your mat, arms by your side, breathing in to lift and lengthen the chin, Exhale, slow roll down. Really take your time because we've not done a roll down today. Slowly through the spine. Hands onto the mat, bend the knees, and come in contact with the mat to your 4-point kneeling position. Toes flat or tucked under, 4, cow, into angry cat. So exhaling as we tuck and lift the belly button away from the mat, rounding in the shoulders. Breathe in to feel that opening between the shoulder blades, and exhale to move back through. So we've got 2 more of these. Then we're going to go into our 6 alternate swimmings, starting with right arm and left leg. So 1 more of these curvatures. And return square again. Release the feet down. Just fix the weight, so wrists underneath, shoulders, knees underneath, hips, elbows soft. Chin slightly tucked, crown of the head long. Inhale, exhale, right arm forwards, left leg back. Inhale, we lift and lengthen. And exhale, we slowly lower and recover back in. So these are really slow and controlled. Next exhale, left arm forwards, right leg back. But don't let the hips tilt or open out. Keep the hips and the shoulders square. And really think about particularly lengthening your back leg away from you. As if someone's pulling it away from you now, lengthen it more and feel how that activates your glutes and your hips a little bit more. One more time. Good, last side. And return in. Now from here you can either just tuck the toes and walk the hands back and fold up normally, back to standing. Or tuck the toes, take a breath in, squeeze with the core, on the breath out, lift up into your downward dog stretch. Or half downward dog with the knees soft. Feel that stretch, press through the hands, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. You might want to pace through the feet a little bit more if you've maintained downward dog. Then walk the hands back towards the feet to roll down, to breathe in and to breathe out, to come up. Take a couple of shoulder rolls at the top. Okay, and then this time we're going to do another roll down series. If you just watch me this time, we're going to take a double arm raise and lower, roll down through the spine. We will then take 1 push up with wide elbows, keeping the bottom high. Or you could, if you want to go to 3/4 plank, you could do it from there as well. So 1 push up, followed by 1 open out. Return back down to push up, and then open out the second side. Okay, and we're going to do that 6 times, and then the same thing. Walk the hands back and roll up, or downward dog and roll up. Okay, so everybody at the back of the mat, starting with double arm raise on the inhale. Exhale, lower the arms, fold chin to chest, and roll down slowly through the spine. So you're either going to walk out to a 4-point kneeling position, like I'm going to demo, or you could walk the hands further and slightly wider, bring the hips in line, chin tucked, and be in 3/4 plank. From here, we're going to inhale as we bend the elbows, exhale as we push up. Use one arm, I don't mind which one. Inhale to open out, and exhale to return. Inhale, bend back to push up in the center. Exhale, push up. Other arm, inhale, open out to twist, and exhale, lower down. 4 more times at whatever level you're at. So we bend into a push up, keeping the bottom high, the core engaged, and then we take our open out. So as long as you're alternating between a push up and an open out, I don't mind which way you are going. Good, 1 more time either side. Into the open out. Lovely, last time, probably. Good, this time, let's just roll up actually, yeah. So either just plain back to the hands and roll up, or like we did before, come down to downward dog. Maybe take a couple of those gentle knee flexions. Enjoy that stretch right from the fingertips to the lower back, and then walk the hands in and roll up. Okay, let's just do one stretch from standing. Okay. Standing parallel with both knees soft. We're going to cross right leg over left. So my front right leg is slightly soft, my back leg is straight. Same arm as leg that you have in front goes on your hip, and the other arm is going to come up on an inhale, and on an exhale we're going to lean away and over. And this time we are letting our hips sort of anchor the way that they naturally want to go. So we're really softening into that front bent leg, and the back leg is straight. Take a couple of deep breaths, come up and out of it, open out, and then cross left over right. So front leg is bent, back leg is straight, hand on the hip, and the arm comes over. Breathing nice and deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth. Exhale, return, and a couple of shoulder rolls. Okay, quick time check. Let's come down onto the mat, and we're going to come into our high kneeling side position. So if you need to get your cushion that you used before, might be a good one, or a block if you have one, to put down towards your left hand side, so that as we extend that right leg, we're not overreaching towards the floor. Okay. So left stability leg, right leg out to the side, foot flat, so we're parallel with the hips, knees and the toes. Left hand comes down. Have it on something a little bit higher if you need a bit of support. Okay. This leg, top leg extends away. The foot is still on the mat, but you're really lengthening it out. And then you're lifting the underneath rib cage. And then from there, we take the top arm up. We're going to breathe in here. As we breathe out, we're going to thread the needle. So we're going to take this top arm as we curve it to reach underneath us, to look the way we're reaching as we breathe out. We then inhale and we open out to look up. 6 more times. Exhale, scoop. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, scoop. So you're really feeling that twist in the obliques as you scoop through with that top arm. Good, 2 more. So we're looking up to the hand on the inhale and we're following it down and under on the exhale. 1 more. Inhale, looking up, and exhale, thread through. Okay, finish looking up. Return your eye line back to center, so you're just looking to the front. Inhale there. On the exhale, you're going to release your arm away. At the same time, you're going to lift that leg. Inhale, we lower the leg, the arm returns over the shoulder. And exhale, we extend the arm over and lift the leg. Inhale. 6 more. Exhale. Inhale. If that's too much lifting the leg as well, just take the arm. Otherwise, if you're struggling up on that knee, come down to flat forearm, and you can take the same thing with the lift from here. So if you do need to, come down onto a forearm instead. We've got 2 more to do. So most of you are probably high kneeling still. Do your last one, come into your extension, keep the leg lifted, but lengthen it as much as you can, no higher than hip width. Let's circle that leg back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, ready to come forwards for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, you can do it, 2, 1, lower the leg down, come up and over in between. If we just need to sit back on those heels and just give the hips a little bit of a wiggle, or if you want to come to 4-point and just do a couple of sort of hip circles, that feels quite nice as a release. So just use this release for a moment to just soften off through the back and the hips, and then we're going to come and do that the second side. Okay, so we're going to move our pillow to the right hand side. Okay, hand down to the pillow or just to the mat, and we're going to extend that top left leg out so the foot is flat. We're lifting up with our underneath rib cage and our top arm is up. We're breathing in to look up to the top hand. We breathe out and we fold through. So threading the needle from high kneeling inside. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread through. 4 more. Inhale, open, look up. Exhale, thread and twist. So again, if that's too much being up, you might decide to come to forearm and do the same thing. But obviously you can't twist through as much, but it's the same movement. So if you need to, soften and come down into a forearm. Otherwise, stay up on the extended arm. One more time. And then this time, pause with the arm above the shoulder, but return your eye line to your front. Inhaling there, exhale, we're going to reach the arm away as we lift the leg and lengthen it. Inhale, arm returns above shoulder, leg lowers. So exhale, we lift leg as the arm goes, and inhale, return. 6 more. Lengthen that top leg as if someone's pulling it away from you as you lift. And make sure your leg is still parallel. So the knee and the toes and the hips are still facing forwards. We haven't rotated into external rotation. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale. So again, this could be done from down on a flat forearm. Good. Now this time we're going to hold it. We're going to lift, we're going to lengthen that top leg even more, and we're going to circle back for 8, 7, 6, 5. Really minimise the movement in the rest of the body. 3, 2, ready to go forwards for 8. Lengthen the leg. 7, 6, 5. Breathe. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg down. Good. Come up and out of it. Maybe just come back to 4 point. And the most effective release that I find is doing a couple of pelvic circles and hip wiggles from a 4 point kneeling position. So just do a couple of those for me. Lovely. And then come down to seated. Okay. I'm just going to come to the screen in a second. Hopefully everybody's still with me. From way back there, I'm just coming to check that everybody's still alive, basically. Okay, so we've got our glute bridge exercise now and a double knee fold exercise. So we're going to be coming down onto our back, okay? And if you have your pillow or block, we want the cushion or block to use in between our knees, okay? So you're going to place, it might be easier to come down first, okay? Don't have anything behind your head. If you do, have a really thin, squishy support. Don't have anything like a block behind your head. And then with your feet hip width, maybe a little bit narrower, put your cushion or your block in between your knees. So you've got a little bit of activation onto that pillow. Okay, arms by your side, looking up towards the ceiling. Feet flat. Pelvis in neutral to start with. We're going to breathe in to anteriorly tilt. Open up the space behind the lower back. We're going to breathe out, tilt and roll up into our glute bridge, squeezing the block or the pillow. Don't lift the hips any higher than the knees. Inhale at the top. Exhale, just take a slow roll back down. So just do 2 more, just plain like this. Arms by your side, rolling up through the spine. Anchoring down through the soles of the feet, but really squeezing that block or cushion. Inhaling at the top, exhale to roll back down. 1 more. Nice and plain. Exhale to roll up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll down. Okay, now we're going to add an extension of the arms as we're in our glute bridge. So we're going to roll up again, nice and plain. Hold our glute bridge on your next inhale, take both arms off and up above the head. Hold the glute bridge, exhale, return your arms back to where they were. Inhale to hold, exhale, roll back down. So we're basically holding our glute bridge that little bit longer. So go up again, roll up, hold the glute bridge, then extend the arms up and over. Exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, hold. Press through the feet, squeeze through the knees, exhale, roll back down. Do 2 more of those. Rolling up through the spine. Really press the spine into the mat to roll up. Make sure nice and level at the top before you inhale and take the arms back. Exhale, return the arms. Inhale, hold. Exhale, roll back. 1 more time with those arms. Good, roll down. Okay, last variation. Let's take one last roll up if you can. Squeezing that block of cushion between the knees. Remember not to lift too high, weight on the mid-back, not the neck. Arms are going to lift as an option, parallel above the chest. I'm going to slightly dip the hips down on an inhale, and on an exhale, I'm going to squeeze the cushion and lift. Inhale, dip, exhale, lift. Inhale, dip, exhale, lift. So that speed. And da, da, da. For 10, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, squeezing all the time, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. This time hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll down through the spine. Slowly take the cushion from between the knees, fold the knees in towards the chest, and just give those knees and those hips a little bit of a wiggle. And then take the position that is not ladylike at all, but knees in towards the hips, hands on the front of the knees or the shins, and then just let those knees and hips open out to the side, and just very gently rock your pelvis side to side. So this is just a real sort of letting go, release type movement of the pelvis. You've got your hands on the front of your knees to support. If you wanted that to be more intense, put the hands behind the thighs, keep the knees extended, rotated, but extend the legs, and then take that rock with extended legs. I can't quite do it in here. Good, then bring the knees back together, fold them in towards the chest, and release them back down. Okay, so last exercise, which can either be more of a mobility exercise or more of a strengthener. We're going to do double knee folds on our back. I'm just moving my mat a little bit further forward. So, arms out a little bit wider to the side, feet are still flat, knees bent hip width apart. Okay, options. You can either keep your feet for level 1 on the floor as you take your knee folds and returning. Level 2s from a double tabletop, so both legs lifted with the knees and the shins together, and then you'd hinge halfway and return. Level 3s, both legs extended above the hips and squeeze together, and then you'd hinge them halfway and return. Okay, I'm going to do 8 times. And demo in level 1. Inhaling with the knees in the center, either feet flat, tabletop or straight. Exhale, release them to the side. For those with legs lifted, you're hinging halfway, you're breathing in to hold, and you're breathing out to hinge back. Inhale. Exhale as you release. Inhale, hold. Exhale, return. Okay, so really make sure if you've got both legs lifted in tabletop, you're squeezing your knees and your ankles together. You're hinging just halfway, keeping the shoulders square, and then you're returning back. Okay, same thing with straight legs. Squeeze the legs. Don't let those legs part. So we've just got 8 in total. So obviously I don't know how many you guys have managed to do already. So try and count your 8, and then after 8, we're just going to come into a full body stretch. So really be true to your level here. Make sure you've really got that rib to hip connection if you've got both legs lifted, especially with both legs lifted. As you take the legs to the side, the shoulders are staying square to the ceiling. So probably most of you are on your last rep, if not finished already. So after just briefly bringing the knees in towards the chest, come into a full body stretch. So I'm just going to take one leg down and away in both arms, but you're free to take both legs down and away and both arms up and away. And just breathe into that. Really stretch through right to the fingertips, down to the toes. This is a time that you can go against everything I say in class, and you can let the ribs and the hips flare and enjoy that nice expansion. Just take a couple of nice deep breaths. Okay, fold both knees back in, release the arms back down by your side. Okay, just gently come up to seated, however you need to, just nice and slowly. Okay, just up to seated. You might want to sit on that cushion or block. Have your legs out in front of you parallel, but the knees bent and the feet flat. And we're just going to take 4 dynamic side bends from there. So one arm coming down in contact with the mat and the other coming up and over, without letting that same hip come with you. So glue both of your sit bones to the mat. One more time either way. Good. Okay, after we come up after that last one, we're going to keep our right leg forwards and bend it and take our left leg behind. So we come into what I call the hurdler stretch. If this is too much for you to sit in this position, do just come back to a cross-legged position and you can still do the arms that we're going to do from cross-legged. But otherwise, right forwards, left back, arms out to the side. Same arm as leg that's behind is going to come across our face and reach up to the top diagonal. So I'm going to lower down, come to the back knee, and then the other arm is going to come across to the other diagonal. So we're basically lowering down, placing the hand and stretching across. So we're reaching up to the top diagonals. As we take the same arm as leg that's behind, we hold that knee so that we can come up and over. A development here is that we might plant our weight on that hand and lift our hips as we take that stretch here. Then lower, and we might fold a little bit further forwards as we take the other reach. Okay, so you can either stay quite square and just take the diagonal reaches, or you can add that lift of the hips if that feels comfortable enough for you, and a further forward flexion to get a bit more stretch. One more time, and then we're going to switch legs. Good, okay, come up to centre, switch those legs round. So left forwards, right back. Okay, again, if you need to, just stay cross-legged. You can be completely straight. Okay. So same arm as leg that's in front is sort of our supporting hand to begin with. Same arm as leg that's behind is going to come up across the diagonal as we reach up and look up. And then we draw that leg down, plant to the floor, hold the knee and bring the arm across. So this is our first level. Just keeping the breath nice and gentle. Adding the hip lift now if you want to. So as the arm comes through, we lift the hips and then we lower the hips and we might take a bigger forward flexion as we bring that arm across. 4 more. Good, so just go really nice and gentle with this one. If you've needed to come to cross-legged and just take the reaches, one and then the other, absolutely fine to keep it nice and gentle from here. There's no need to be sat in the hurdle position or do hip lifts unless you're comfortable with it. So just do 1 more either way, and then come back down to sitting, turn your legs to the front. And we're just going to do a very short, it will probably be 3 or 4 minutes, where I'm going to get you into that relaxation that I will then leave you to do as you please, whether you want to have that for longer or finish up. So relaxing position for you, either from seated, on your side or down onto your back. And then do pad yourselves up as you need to. So if you need to put any padding underneath knees, if you're on your back or underneath your head or between knees, then do that to get nice and comfortable. Okay, so allowing yourself just to come into that settled position. Closing your eyes just to bring that focus internally. Being aware of how your body feels immediately after class. So do you feel sort of a bit of a rush of blood through the body? Body temperature has probably increased, especially today. You might even be able to feel or sense your pulse as well as you're down with the increased temperature. So closing your eyes, just take a couple of nice deep rounds of breath, inhaling through the nose, feeling the lift and the lightness. And exhaling through the mouth. Really let that breath go. Verbalize that breath if it feels nice. Let the body sink. 2 more. One more. So completely come to that released position after class. Now is the time to try and achieve that stillness, that quietness, and that patience through the body. Still with your eyes closed, just focus on softening your eyes, softening your facial muscles in your jaw. Feel that softness come down through the neck to the shoulders. And if you get that feeling that you just need to take another deep breath in and out, just to let the body go a bit more, then take it. If that sort of natural instinct to take that deeper breath comes in, then just go with that. And we're feeling almost like that wave of release and heaviness. Go through the forehead, down through the face, the neck, the shoulders. And then that wave is tracing down through your torso, connecting the back and the rib cage to the mat. The wave is then flowing over through the pelvis, the hips, the tummy, the glutes. You're just allowing the legs to be in their best position for you. So if that is bent with the feet flat, then that's fine. If it's extended and you're completely released in your pelvis, you'll probably feel that those legs just come into that natural amount of rotation. So just notice what position you have put yourself in to be released. If you need to alter that position at any time to make yourself more comfortable, you can. That wave has now gone down through the front of the thighs, through the shins, the ankles and the feet, and you're really just letting that softness and that release happen. Notice how your fingertips feel, how your toes feel, and how the air feels as it circulates around your body as you lie still. What noises you can hear. I'm just going to take the last 30 seconds just to be nice and quiet, nice and still. I'll then leave you guys and you can continue this if you have the time. Okay, so we are a couple of minutes over the end of class, just to let you know in case you're on a tighter time restraint. And if you're not, I will say thank you and goodbye for today. Please remember there is no class in the morning anymore, so the next class is 8:30 midweek mobility on Wednesday morning. So I'll leave you guys for now. If you're happy in that relaxation, stay where you are and enjoy that relaxation.